They merely suspected the princess of planning a coup. Yet, the king dragged her straight to the executioner's block. He then ordered his men to bring 3 demon wolves, ready to claim the princess's head at any moment. Witnessing the king's cruelty driven by his lust for power, the captive Hercules was filled with rage. In his fury, he awakened the demigod bloodline within him. The king showed no fear at the sight of him. He commanded his soldiers to release the demon wolves. The soldiers lowered the iron gate. He hid behind it to watch the battle unfold. Hercules quickly broke free from his chains and rushed to save the princess. Suddenly, a demon wolf lunged at him. The king was certain he would be torn apart by the beast. But to his surprise, Hercules had already deflected the attack. He even managed to kill one of the wolves. Another wolf then tried to ambush him from behind. However, against a man who once killed the Lion King with his bare hands, its attack was useless, and it too was slain. The last wolf sank its teeth into Hercules' ankle. Hercules then drew his weapon and finished it off. With the danger behind him, he freed his companions from their cells. He was ready to lead them in overthrowing the king's tyranny. But when he reached the temple, he found the king had set a trap. A massive army surrounded them in an instant. In desperation, they retreated to the high ground and toppled fire pits to hold off the enemy. But the king refused to give up. He ordered his soldiers to charge once more. In that critical moment, his comrades pushed over the fire pits in front of them. Burning oil spread across the ground in a flash. The raging flames swept downward rapidly. Scorched by the inferno, the soldiers had no choice but to flee. But they couldn't escape being consumed by the fire. Still, the king wouldn't stop hunting them down. He ordered his soldiers to raise their shields and keep advancing. Watching the king's brutal display, Hercules decided to use the king's own statue to crush them. He braced himself and lifted one end of the massive statue. With all his strength, he sent it toppling onto the enemy. The king's statue shattered into pieces. The king himself was knocked off the cliff by the falling monument. When the dust settled, Hercules emerged. His body was covered in blood and dirt, but his eyes remained as determined as ever. In the end, he defeated his enemies and became the new king.